Hey guys, my name is Pungsan. Today I just wanted to introduce database systems and why they're important and when they might be used. So first off, what is a database system? Well, to the end user, it might just appear as a large table or as a 2D matrix if you want to think about it that way. However, more specifically, uh, it's a system used to organize related pieces of information, and we usually think about it as different entities or objects if you want to think about it like object-oriented programming. Although we usually call them tuples, or they're the rows of our table. So this is how a table would appear if you wanted to print it. You could see that the rows of our table correspond to a single distinct entity from the others. Okay, so a database is like a table, but why is it important? Well, they allow us to organize very efficiently large amounts of information. So sometimes it can be an overwhelming amount of information, and database systems allow us to very quickly and very efficiently manage and operate on that information. So very clearly, different places like schools and businesses and banks and hospitals, etc., all use database management systems because they need to manage information on several users very often and very quickly. So just to think about it, what if your school's website took several minutes every time you wanted to see your information? Again and again, they do so with speed, efficiency, and ease of use. Database management systems are really not hard to use if you're just querying information. Once you get into the details, it might start to get very complex. But for the average user, if you're just wanting to query the database, it's usually not very hard. The sort of standard language that people use to query information from databases is called SQL, and it's very user friendly and very easy to pick up. And fortunately, it's very fast in processing even the most complex of queries. So a DBMS, a database management system, can do this quite fast. But how? Well, the trick is we first treat every object as a relation, or a group of items that are related. You can think about this as the fields, the first name, the last name, the address, those are all treated together as a single entity, as a single object, right? And then we can then perform different operations on these queries, and it's this way. I think personally, it's more efficient and more intuitive for the user to think about it this way. And it allows you to also query different tables at once, different relations at once, if they have a shared item. So it allows you a great power in dealing with various different types of data, all from a single query. So, what it'll then do is it'll store the relations on different files in your main memory and your disk. And the reason it'll do both is so that instead of having to go to the disk every time and get your data, it'll get it directly from main memory, and it'll be faster. And database management systems really, in general, will use very complex data structures in order to retrieve information as quickly as possible. And in the end result, they can process millions and millions of relations or tuples in a couple seconds, depending on how you perform your query. But I think that for the most part, that covers just the very basics of why it is that we use and are interested in studying database systems. They allow us to very quickly and very efficiently retrieve information from very different sources. And as an elective, I think it's very interesting to just get just to get you to start thinking about what it is that these systems do and how they work. So thank you, and I hope you do well on your course.